Right.
I am just so full of ire after my last meeting that I just had to get on the horn right now.
Well, I am glad that you needed to. I'm happy to be on the horn. I've been looking forward to this all day. I was wondering,
Yes.
well, first, let me just say to anyone who might watch this, welcome
Yes.
to Gong, Girls on Girls
And
on
yes,
Frustrations today.
this is our comeback.
Yeah.
And we had a plan, but as this year and the past 2 years, we just have to go where the Spirit takes us.
Yeah, if we need to get a little loosey-goosey and air our grievances and girls on bitching, like, we'll do it.
For New Year's Eve, I bought 2 bottles of sparkling grape juice. Anyway, I had these 2 huge bottles. By the way, they're not that huge. After I started drinking them, I'm like, no wonder people have to drink so many bottles of wine to get hammered. I only got 3 glasses out of this, 2 solo cups. Yeah. But anyway, last night we were watching Bachelor and I was just drinking straight out of the bottle. I was so frustrated. I was drinking non-alcoholic sparkling grape juice.
Was there a sense of relief that came from there's a subliminal relaxation that's taking place from drinking straight out of the bottle? Yes. It's something sparkling.
It was just like smoking. Smoking is horrible and it hurts me. It stinks, all those things. But the lighting it up, the putting it in my mouth, the inhaling, and just like holding that bottle up to my mouth like this.
Yep.
That was the release I was looking for.
It maybe would have been a good idea to grab one of your candy cigarettes. I don't know if it's too late. I'm guessing you can still find.
Believe me, I smoked those long ago. Derek was over. He was knee deep in the peanut M&Ms. He was so frustrated because I said, Derek, now that we're going to be a family, you need to start participating in Bachelor Night. And wow, Amy, he did not disappoint. He fits right in.
Oh, wonderful. I'm so happy to hear this. What's going to happen when Nikki's baby comes?
Yes.
And all 3 of you, your roommate, Serena, Derek, the father of your child.
Yes.
And you all want to watch Bachelor at the same time. I'm going to have to come over and babysit.
I'm glad you asked.
Can watch Bachelor.
I'm glad you asked because I added baby sound out headphones to my baby registry specifically for the shows that I yell at the most.
So this is like in old school when Vince Vaughn has his son put his earmuffs on his head so that he can say whatever he wants.
Yes.
Right? It'll be earmuffs, but you place them on the baby's head.
Yes.
And then there can be conditioning for this for later. This child will carry these earmuffs around his whole life.
Well, and I want him to hear us being upset without feeling like that's threatening. I want him, when I'm yelling, I want him to be like, oh, my mom's just enjoying one of her favorite activities.
It's a solid plan.
But then I started to think maybe babies only connect yelling and anger when, you're like in an angry household. So maybe we could acclimate the baby to our yelling and swearing and have him know that it's not a threat.
Is this anything similar to, say, when your mom would beat you and then answer the phone and sound kind?
No,
do we need to keep this in consideration?
That is definitely gaslighting.
Okay, this is different.
Opposite of what I want to do.
Okay, all right, just curious.
But I'm not ever going to beat him.
Sure, you say that now.
We should definitely have a special on our pets because I think we both have pets who didn't come from the pet store and that we saved their lives.
I know. I have, all 3 of my little pooches. Oh my God, I just love them so much. I just want to quit my job and stare at my dogs.
Amy, did you see that Finland passed a bill for 4-day work week, 6 hours a day? They have the best education system in the world. It is the safest place to raise a family. They have no pollution or low pollution. They have very low crime. It's cold.
That's a trade-off though. That's a trade-off.
You like it cold.
Because I love the cold. Yeah. Well, okay, I say that, but like I haven't been in the kind of cold that is happening in Finland. So maybe I'm not cut out for that kind of cold.
I mean, I'm going to see what the temperature is in Finland. There's a Finland, Minnesota. Okay.
That's probably appropriate.
Helsinki, Finland, because that's where I was thinking of going. Oh God, 36 degrees.
That's not bad.
And my friend Jackie, who's pregnant at the same time as me, but 10 years younger, she, it doesn't matter, Nikki, it doesn't matter.
Oh, about the age?
Yes. So I met her in Arkansas, which is not, it's no Arizona, but it's a lot warmer than North Dakota. And she lives in Colorado now, and all she ever posts is pictures of mountains and snow. And she's doing just fine.
Yeah. I lived in Colorado when I was a little kid, and the snow was super deep. Because I was short.
Yeah.
Calliope Rucifer hates anything wet. And if it's raining or the backyard has just been watered, she looks like personally just violated. It's a serious affront to her happiness if there's any wetness outside. And then Killian today, the sprinklers came on and he was like, this is great. He like cruised over to grab a drink out of one of the sprinkler heads. He was cruising around, loving it.
Oh, yeah. What's his story?
He was thrown out of a moving vehicle along with his brother.
That's right.
In August. And his two foster moms happened to see this occur, and they picked up he and his brother had a little broken leg.
Oh.
And they fostered both of them, and now Killian lives with us, and I love him.
And he is a nice boy. He doesn't seem to have any aggression.
Oh my God. He is so sweet. The only dog I've ever had that's any sweeter or as sweet as him is Hank.
See, that's like Nugs too. She had such a terrible, like the first 2 years, terrible. And she is so nice.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing about her is? She doesn't bite people, and she has a real hard time chewing food. Like a potato chip will take her at least 30 seconds, but she can chew up the remote control in 30 seconds.
The forbidden fruit. She knows she has to get through it very quickly. If she's going to accomplish this task, she's got to be very efficient about it. She's only got so much time before she's found out. A potato chip, she's like, you gave this to me. I'll take my time. There's more where this came from. There aren't nearly as many remotes in your house as there are potato chips.
That's true. That's true. But she has round teeth. How does she do it?
I don't know. Hank used to chew up remotes, books when he first moved in with us, those little EOS chapsticks.
Yes.
So we had a bunch of those, and I came home one time and I thought there were Easter eggs all over the house because it was around Easter time.
Yes.
And no, Hank had like opened the EOS chapsticks and eaten the chapstick out of them, and then the shells were just out in the world.
I feel calm enough to talk about Betty now, if you want to.
Okay,
So,
yeah, we can.
And yeah, then we can explain why you have that beautiful background. And by the way, I love purple eyeshadow.
I do too.
If I didn't have droopy hooded eyelids, I'd be wearing it all the time.
Wear it. Put it down on the lid. But it gets in
the creases. You told me about a product one time that I still haven't got. The primer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll thank me later.
I need to try it because your picture is like making me want it so bad.
Well, I guess our initial, if we're going to go to what we planned on doing today for our return from our hiatus.
Yes.
We were going to talk a little bit about Betty White, who we love.
Somewhat of a tribute because one of our episodes before was the Golden Girls. Mm-hmm. And I thought of a few things that I think we really need to talk about, but the first thing that I noticed when I started getting ready for this return was that I know so little about real Betty White, because most of her life happened before I was even coherent, before I was born, I guess, but she was in so much stuff that I did not even realize.
Yeah,
A
one of the first,
pioneer.
yeah, for sure. She, one of the first things that I thought about after she died was how crazy it is that she's been. So like I knew some of my great grandparents, and it's crazy to me that she was in their living room and my grandparents' living room and my parents and mine, and my kids know who she is. And like, I didn't realize that she was on Mary Tyler Moore, but I watched that show, reruns of that show when I was little.
Mhm.
And then Golden Girls, I didn't know she was on Password. But yeah, there's so much stuff that she did that I had no idea about.
I really thought like Golden Girls, I thought that was her big thing. And then she sort of had like this reemergence in popularity in the last like 10 or 15 years following the movie The Proposal. And that's what I thought, oh yeah, Rose. Of course they would choose Rose. She's so funny and cute and stuff. Little did I know she's like one of the first women paving the way in Hollywood and comedy.
Yeah. She's been on TV forever.
Forever.
Did you watch the on Netflix, the Netflix special? What was it called? First Lady of Television?
I did not.
I
get
watched
so
that and I learned
emotional.
so much stuff.
You did?
Yeah. Mhm.
I just Googled. So I have some notes.
All right.
Do you want to? I think that you should tell me where you were when you found out, because I found out from you that she died.
Well, we were on Christmas break,
Yes.
and I guess I was just in my living room reading the news.
It was New Year's Eve, the last day of 2021.
Wait, I was in my group chat. It's almost like the news is my group chat. You guys, we could be telling you what's going on.
Okay.
So with like some of my closest girlfriends, and one of them said, I think Betty White died. Is this real? And I just started crying. I just welled up. I was like, holy shit, no, this is not, I'm not ready for this. And I looked at Chloe and it's like, Chloe, I think this is the end. I think Betty White is dead. I can't handle this right now. I'm not ready for this on New Year's Eve.
It feels like Pete's here now. It feels like there is in the world people that are good and evil, and we really lost a heavy hitter on the good side.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Any interview that anybody gives where they mention Betty White, nobody has a mean thing to say about her. Everybody talks about how amazing she was, how funny and sweet and genuine and caring and smart. She loved books.
She loved animals.
She was on Password.
Yes.
That's where she met her husband.
Oh, she did?
And she loved to play all word games. Yeah.
I didn't know where she met her husband.
Yeah.
Did she only have one husband? Do you know?
Yes, she did only have one husband. He asked her to marry him for a whole year. And then finally, she said yes. And people, when they talk about like their relationship, this is just from that special that I watched, like how they were completely meant to be together. They were the best couple. They had this fantastic energy. Also, the Betty White show, I learned while watching this Netflix special, this whole thing was live every day.
Every day?
Live.
Wait, is this the one that was like a 4-hour show?
No, it's like a half an hour.
There was something she was on that she was doing radio. Oh, that's right. Okay, it says so she was looking for work in Hollywood after the war, and the Hollywood studios turned her down because they said she was not photogenic. So then she started doing radio, and then after that was the Betty White show.
Yeah, that radio show they ended up doing on TV because people loved it so much. And then that's how she got the Betty White show, was after that. She said when they asked her if she could do a live show for a half an hour a day, 5 days a week, she was like, what am I going to do with the rest of my day? I've been doing this other show where I'm on all day, every day.
Yeah.
Like a half an hour a day. Do you know how hard I would work for a half an hour a day?
I would be having the best life. I would be my best self for that 30 minutes a day because I would be getting everything done.
Yeah, I'd also be the nicest person on the planet because guess
Yeah.
what? For 23 and a half hours, I'm free.
Oh, I am also a bit stunned that she actually had brown hair, Amy,
Yeah,
in this picture behind you.
yeah. Little
Huh.
baby Betty. Little baby Betty.
Betty Brunette.
Yeah.
So did you know she participated in World War II?
What did she do?
She drove a car. Hold on. She drove a truck with military supplies to the Hollywood Hills.
Aw.
I know. And it says first she wanted to be a forest ranger. This is all gleaned from Wikipedia, by the way. I'm not like a font of knowledge.
Sure.
But she wanted to be a forest ranger, but they said no, women cannot be a forest ranger because, let's see, she was born in 1922, so that was probably like 1940 when she was 18. And then, so then she started writing and wanted to be a performing person. But of course, she wasn't photogenic enough.
I don't get that. She's so pretty.
What the F? I wonder what the standards were, because I've got to tell you, I've watched a lot of old movies and I haven't ever seen one time, except who's that guy? There's a guy that was in like a Streetcar Called Desire or something. I'm going to find it, but none of them, I'm not thinking like, oh my God, that person is so hot. Hold on, Amy. There it is. Streetcar Called Desire. Oh God, what a hot guy. What is his name? Marlon Brando.
Oh, sure.
And as an old man, I think he has like a strange voice. He was kind of a joke. So when I first started hearing about him, I didn't think much. Then I watched that movie during a period of time when I was renting free videos from the library because I had no TV. And I thought, what a fox.
I think a lot of the women who were on TV and in the movies back then were really pretty.
Well, they always are, Amy.
Yeah.
Women are always prettier.
I just don't understand what it is about Betty White that she was not up to par.
Yeah.
Who do I need to talk to?
Probably Hollywood producers. Side note, yesterday when I talked to one of our coworkers, and he told me that some of the schools I'm going to be so PC, in a northwesternly state, they were just pulling people out like from outside. They're like, can you teach this class? Because they had like 600 teachers call in. And my first thought, Amy, was this is a sexual predator's dream. So then today I was talking to Tim and Don about it because I was pissed off about something. What do they care? They don't even have teachers, blah, blah, blah. And then I told Don, and Don, me and Don, we're on the same track. She said, oh my God, what if sexual predators went in there?
Yeah. Yeah.
These are things that women think of that men don't. I'm learning as I spend more time with Derek, because I am always talking about sexual predators. When he said he was going to move to Mesa, I'm like, oh, that neighborhood is good for sexual predators. And he's like, I would never think to look at that.
You have to. You have to. They're everywhere. I know it's crazy to me. Like, we were getting in my car. I always lock my doors as soon as I get in my car. Like I get in my car, I look in my back seat to make sure there's no boogeyman back there.
Yes.
And I sit down, I lock my doors, I start my car. And Jer's like, what if I need to get out and grab something real quick? And I'm like, this is since I was 17 years old and started driving. This is my order of operations. I'm not changing this. This is how I make sure I don't get killed. If it's dark, my headlights go on right away. Like, doors lock right away after you make sure the back seat's clear.
I guess I hadn't thought of that, but I usually immediately put my car in reverse with my foot on the pedal because that locks the doors.
Smart.
Yeah. But that's why I do it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know. People are creepy.
They are.
Just strangers rolling in. I wonder what the backlash is going to be at the schools with the parents. Like, you're just letting anybody come in here. Do they have a fingerprint clearance card? What's happening?
I mean, I would just
the barista, who I'm sure is a delight, but let's say,
I don't know, Amy. And now I'm getting depressed. I don't want to talk about the world now.
Okay.
When you texted me, it was New Year's Eve. Did you find out that day? Is that the day you found out?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't even wait. You just let me know right away.
Yeah, I checked several different news sources to make sure it wasn't a New Year's Eve joke.
Oh God, what a bad joke. And 17 days from her 100th birthday. So I was just laying down to have a nap because we were going to have Derek over for a little Christmas New Year's celebration that would take place from approximately 5:30 to 8:30. So, I'd be worn out. So I was getting in bed for my nap. And I got your text message totally thinking you were going to tell me something else. Totally. I didn't even see it coming. And it did feel like all of a sudden my stomach and my heart were just pulled to the back of my body. And I just felt like a great loss of the world. And it was like this too. When my grandma died, who was 98 and 10 months, I was like, I know my grandma was going to die. She's been telling me, Nikki, get ready, stop crying. So I knew it was going to happen. But it was just like, this is real now. This is an emptiness that we have to go forward with.
Yep. It's interesting how certain celebrities, even though you don't actually know them, but it just feels like you do because they've been around for so long.
Yeah.
Or because their work has been something that you've been so interested in, or it's so affected you. Like, some of that really gets you on such a deep emotional level that it is a loss. And it definitely felt that way.
It just felt comforting knowing that Betty White was still there.
Yeah.
But then when I saw those memes about the Golden Girls being together again, I was also like, okay, I was glad for them too.
Yeah.
But
yeah, agreed.
I feel there's a couple of times where these death type things have happened in threes. So this year was Betty, then Sidney Poitier, and then Bob Saget, who was shocking, but I sort of felt like, don't steal Betty's thunder. And I think it was like in 2009, Farrah Fawcett died. Maybe Whitney Houston. There was someone else, and then Michael Jackson. And the whole world was all upset about Michael Jackson. And I thought, who cares? These other two people were actually positive contributors.
I do love some of Michael Jackson's old music. I know I'm not supposed, I recognize that this is problematic, but.
Well, people say the same thing about Bill Cosby. That I'm
so mad at Bill Cosby.
You are?
Yeah.
Did something recently happen, or is it just the roofies?
No, it's still the roofies. I'm also mad at, I don't know, why can I listen to Michael Jackson's music, but I can't watch the Cosby Show anymore?
Well, maybe because the kids weren't drugged. Okay. They were just groomed. I mean, that's what gets me is when, why do you want to have sex with someone, with a lifeless person? That's like another level of weirdo.
Yeah. That's a whole
That's,
other situation.
yeah. That's like people that have sex with corpses.
I mean, look, here's my take on that. If I'm going to be raped and murdered,
Yes.
and my choice is to be either raped and then murdered or murdered and then raped.
Yeah.
Murdered and then raped, hands down, especially if it's going to be a quick death.
Gosh, Amy,
I'm not
I
using the
don't
body
know.
anymore.
Because when I hear, I've like listened to all the Datelines, all
Right.
the murder shows.
Right.
And when I hear parents and they find out that their child, their daughter, or even their son or whatever was raped after, oh God. I mean, that's heartbreaking for them. Sure,
It
the
is.
person suffered less.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
Let's hope we never have to find out. Let's
These
hope
are-
we never have to find
These
out.
are things I think about now that I'm going to have a baby, though, because
The world changes.
I used to hear things like this and I'm like, that's why I'm not having kids.
Yep.
Sorry if you're hearing some gagging like an old man in the background. Nugs just woke up.
Oh, nuggies. Yeah, my dogs are down there running around, drinking water, barking at each other. So I'm sure some of that will be audible.
Do you feel like New Year's Eve will be forever cemented in your mind as the day that Betty White left us? Will you always think of it on New Year's Eve? Or will you just
Probably
think of
for
Betty
the next
periodically?
5 years. I mean, and then I will forget that this is when it happened.
Yeah. Another similar feeling I have from when my grandma died is I'm glad that she doesn't have to live in this world anymore.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't know if 2022 is going to be any better than the last couple of years have been. So I say, good on you for getting out while you can. I mean, I want to stick it out. I want to stay here. But if I were 99, like, sure, you had a good run.
Yeah.
A real good life.
My grandma, her death was 2014, and she was already like, I don't even want to be here anymore. I can't remember when Trayvon Martin happened, but that's when she really started talking about like, I don't want to be around people acting like this.
Yeah, and it's only, I don't know if it's gotten worse or we just know more. I think we just know more, but okay. We can bitch about other things, or we can keep talking about Betty White if you want to.
Well, I really didn't have anything else more to say about Betty White other than, I loved her. I didn't realize, I felt very shallow when I was thinking about what I would say because I didn't know so much. There was so much I didn't know.
It's
like, Amy, it's like this.
I didn't know either.
It's like if you went to your dad's funeral and then his new wife that he was only married to for 3 years went up and gave a eulogy, and you're sitting there like, hi, I was here for 40 other years.
That's true. That's true. Like we don't want to be that broad.
When I talk to kids like my friend Gracie, for example, my 8-year-old friend's sister, and I'll say, do you know Miley Cyrus? Do you know Taylor Swift? Do you know Eminem? She's like, Eminem's an old man.
Isn't that weird? It's super weird.
Yeah. She's like, Nikki, stop acting like an old person.
If the shoe fits.
I know.
I'm not ready for the people who have been on TV since I was in like my 20s and 30s to be older people. But
I'm not ready for them to lose their sexiness. When you start seeing people who are like sexy or, they're the good looking people, and then they've got like this, like I do.
Yeah.
And their earlobes are dangling or God, Amy, have you ever seen a man get old and they're walking along and their legs, Steven Tyler, their legs are just swimming in their pants. And you're like, oh my God, those legs underneath are just 2 bulbous knees and a couple of Q-tip sticks.
Yeah. He's always been so thin too. I'm sure that it's even more so. Yeah.
Oh,
Super weird. We're 100.
yeah.
We beat you, Betty White. We're 100. You
I'm
were
going to
only
be
99.
58 when my baby graduates from high school.
Perfect.
I was thinking, like some moms they will date their son's friends,
Yeah.
but I will still be a cougar if I date my son's friends' fathers.
Yes, I love this. Look at it this way. Unless something fantastic happens where you get to retire early, your kid goes to college and 2 years later you retire.
I am fully planning to
4
retire
years.
by 2040.
Oh my God, I hope that
I'm just
happens.
vision boarding it into reality, Amy. I don't
Okay.
care. I can't do this.
Oh God, I know. There's nothing like being off of work to remind you of how much you don't want to work.
I was stranded in a hotel room, snowbound for 2 days in North Dakota. And compared to this day at work, it was the time of my life.
I was in tears a few times because I felt like I had a few toddlers at the same time trying to get these dogs adjusted to one another.
Yeah.
And it was better than several of my days that I've had, depending on which client we're discussing.
Amy, returning to work, there are certain people who, like, I'm like, you just like are falling back into the mode. And there's certain people that I would get an email message or something. And I'm like, I hate this bitch. Just hate.
What are they still doing here?
Dawn told me, Dawn thinks it's my pregnancy. I don't.
It's
She
probably
said,
a combo.
It's going to get worse when you start to get into menopause. And I thought, this is going to be in October, will be 8 years at this job. So this is like the 7-year itch on fire.
Yeah. It's a flaming rash.
Thank you, God, for impregnating me because I need a break.
Immaculate conception.
I was just
God
talking
says you're
about that
welcome.
earlier with Dawn, because we were telling Joe that we both didn't feel good. And then I said, mine's probably just my pregnancy. And then Dawn's like, well, I'm not pregnant. And I said, well, you don't know, because I didn't think I was.
I told Chloe earlier, I was like, is it time for your period? Because I always get like, we're synced up. I still ovulate and stuff.
Yes.
And I was like, is it time for your period? My uterus hurts. Like, I don't have a uterus anymore. I call it the Phantom Menace, but I'm like, I'm crampy.
Wow, Amy, that's real. I know. I believe that's real.
Yeah. Well, I
Phantom
think that the
uterine
ovulation and still those hormones and stuff. Ugh.
Ugh. Makes me want
I'm
to
gonna
bath.
go eat chocolate. I know. I hate baths.
I know we were trying not to talk about sexual predators anymore. I've got to
No, let's
tell
do
you.
it.
I've got to tell you.
Okay.
I watched this show over Christmas break, and there's some teenage girls on there, and one of the girls has this nail polish, and she dips her finger into a drink and the nail polish tells you if you've been drugged.
Yeah.
You know about this?
Yeah.
Chloe needs to get it.
That's probably true.
Everybody needs to get it, but especially I'm telling
Girls and
anyone.
boys.
Huh?
Girls and boys. Bad things happen to everybody.
They do. I'm telling anyone who has teenagers.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And probably anyone who goes around where there's drinks. There's drinks everywhere.
Yep. Or other people.
Ooh.
I know.
I was thinking of going to a Miranda Lambert concert, and because it just popped up, I get an email that says some of your favorite artists, blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh God, Miranda. And then I realized, no, I'm not going in a group of people.
I went to a concert when I was very pregnant with Justin, and he hated it.
But Amy, there wasn't a pandemic.
Right.
Nope. How do you know he hated it?
He had a lot of kicking to do. It was the Beastie Boys. And so there was lots of bass. It was very loud. And either that or he was super into the music. But I had the feeling that he was pretty unhappy.
I was wondering about that because I was wondering, when they're moving a lot, is that good or bad? Is that happy or pissed?
It probably depends. I think when they get bigger, they're probably more likely to be frustrated, sometimes trying to find space.
I would love to know what I was thinking when I was in the womb.
Right?
Yeah.
Who the hell knows? They got to be thinking about stuff. They've got a little brain. I don't know what's going on in there.
According to my baby app now, so let's see, now I'm 20, I think I'm 26 weeks. So now the baby can remember songs and stuff. So I've been playing a couple songs. I put it on just put my phone on my stomach. I play him the same ones all the time. And then as he gets older, I'm going to see like if he's like, for some reason, this song is just doing it for me.
What songs?
Well, one of them is Casey Musgraves. She's got a new song called Simple Times, and it's about going to the mall with the girls. I think it's so sweet. And then Macklemore, Glorious, of course.
Yeah.
Just a couple softer ones. Well, Glorious isn't softer, but I thought I'm just going to pick like 2 or 3 and I'll play them on repeat. Because there are certain things for me that sometimes like I'll see certain door latches or something, and all of a sudden like my mind will travel and I'll be like, I know this, but I don't know why. And then I come to like a mental dead end. And I just wonder where did that come from?
And you're trying to create this for Otto.
Yes. I want to witness him having a deja vu.
And never tell him.
After his first dentist appointment, he'll be all hopped up and I'll put on some of these songs just to mess with him. And he'll start talking about like a past life. And then I'll be like, that was in January 2022. And he'll say, correct. Mom, I wasn't even born yet. And I'll say, I know.
I've been conditioning you for this moment since before you were born.
Yeah. I love learning about all the things. I mean, it's amazing that a baby is that fully developed already, knowing things.
Yeah. It's pretty impressive. I mean, they got to have something to do in there.
I know. I would get so flippin' bored. Betty White never had any kids, did she?
No. But she loved animals.
Yes, she did love animals.
There's a clip of her in that Netflix show and she's feeding marshmallows to a bear. Oh my God. It's the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life. Mickey, this bear is just sitting next to her and she's just feeding him the marshmallows and she's talking to whoever's off camera. Oh my God. You got to watch it.
Is it a big bear or a baby?
It's a fucking grizzly bear. Ah! You have to watch it.
I'm going to.
Oh my God. It's so funny. It's so cute.
I just thought of something I have to write on my list for to do tomorrow because it's something I'm not going to do today.
Okay.
I'm going to have a game at my baby shower, Amy, called How Many Times Did I Pee My Pants Today?
How many times have you peed your pants today?
Today, I have not peed my pants one time. The peeing happens usually when I'm like walking around and sneezing. And for some reason today, I haven't been sneezing. And also when I'm walking dogs. You want to see her?
Yep.
You want to see her before we go? Yep. Oh, she's stretching. Yes, I'm talking about you. When she knows I'm going to take her out, she starts stretching. Come here. Come here.
Hi, Nuggies. Hi, Ticky Nuggie. Hi, pretty girl. Hi. Hi. How are you, Nuggies? Hi,
Oh.
Nuggies. Oh, here come my dogs. They're like, you're making dog voice. Let me see. Let me turn off my background so I can show you Killian. Hold
Are
on.
you gonna jump down? I don't think you should. You're too short.
Stay
You
right
just
here,
hold tight.
Killian. Stay right here.
You just hold on.
No background. Okay, let me see. Killian.
Oh.
Hi, good boy. Hi, good boy. How are you?
Oh, Amy, he's so happy you're his family.
No, I love him so much. Yeah. Oh my God.
Oh,
I just painted that filing cabinet, which is why there are papers all over my office right now.
no problem.
Yeah. Oh, Nikki, you got to come meet him.
I know. I bet you that when I come over, the other two are going to be like, pay no attention to him.
Nothing to see there.
Okay, Amy,
All right.
do you feel satisfied with what we've done today?
I do.
I do too. Okay, so I think we'd like to thank our viewers for not forgetting about us. We didn't forget about you. I just accidentally got pregnant.
Yay. I'm so excited. This is going to be great. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you guys for dealing with our hiatus. I'm sure everybody's been just chomping at the bit for the next episode. So.
I know. Well, I think we have like 7 subscribers and our TikTok fans and our Instagram fans.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a total of like 11.
Don't worry, we're back.
That's right. Here we are. Until next time.
Okay, good night, Amy.
Good night, Nikki.